Derek Stingley right now is better at his job in comparison to his peers than any other player on the Texans team. He is arguably the best corner in the league. Arguably. Some say he doesn't follow guys around enough, although DeMeco has given him certain assignments where he's done it, and more times than not, he rises to the occasion. But he's better. He's a better cornerback at the moment than C.J. Stroud is a quarterback. He's a better cornerback than Will Anderson or Danielle Hunter are edge guys. He is better at what he does. He was better at corner than Laramie Tunsil was at left tackle. He is better at what he does than any other player on the Texans. And it's been a hell of a ride, which is kind of what I want to live through. I want to live through and relive the first 3 years of the Derek Stingley era and the typical locker room 5 thoughts. We'll go 1 to 5 on the thoughts. The 3 years of Derek Stingley, the number 3 overall pick in the 2022 NFL draft. And thought 1 is the draft selection itself. It was a relatively polarizing decision that the Texans were facing. On draft day, there was buzz that maybe the Lions weren't going to take Aiden Hutchinson. So there was hope that maybe Aiden Hutchinson would fall to 3. And then we know what the debate was. The debate, there were a couple of layers to the debate when it came to Derek Stingley. Number 1, can the guy stay healthy? And early on, that was still kind of a question mark. That really didn't, I wouldn't say it's completely eliminated, but the hope that was a thing of the past didn't really shape up till the back end of the 2023 season. But the question was, can this kid stay healthy? All-time great freshman year at LSU and then didn't really play much. Can he stay healthy? The other question was, did he fit into Lovie Smith's system? And is he better than the other corner in that area, in that range, Sauce Gardner? And I give Nick Caserio credit for drafting a guy that didn't fit Lovie Smith's system because Lovie Smith wasn't going to be a long-term coach. Lovie Smith was a stopgap guy. We knew that. No one else was hiring Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith was lucky to have the year he did with the Texans. And they didn't draft guys for Lovie Smith's system. They drafted Derek Stingley. And Stingley was hurt in year 1, although I think it was kind of a shutdown because they weren't necessarily trying to win. But early on, and this goes to thought 2, Sauce was overshadowing Derek Stingley. And Sauce was one of the better performing at one of the higher levels that we'd seen a rookie cornerback perform. Now, he had Robert Solak on his defense, and Derek Stingley had Lovie Smith, and he had more talent on the defense around him. But that's neither here nor there. But early on, Sauce Gardner was the guy. He was the star. You saw him in all the commercials. It was widely regarded as perhaps the wrong pick. The Texans picked the wrong guy at the position. And that kind of carried into year 2. But then the most important thing, I think this is the most important thought and the most important event, the DeMeco impact. DeMeco Ryans at his press conference. Derek Stingley was one of the first guys he mentioned. Derek Stingley was there at DeMeco's press conference. I was sitting to the left of Derek Stingley, probably like 15 feet away. Whenever DeMeco would speak, I would look over. Derek Stingley looked intense. He looked like he was like in a college course listening to a professor on day 1, and he was trying to ace that class. That's what Derek Stingley looked like. He was up there. He was focused. He was hanging on every word from DeMeco Ryans. And it felt like he was going to be one of the big beneficiaries of DeMeco Ryans being the head coach of the Texans. And then we get to thought 4 when it really turned around, because you saw some good things from Stingley with DeMeco early on, but he missed 6 games in the middle of the 2023 season. He missed 6 games, and all of a sudden it's like, man, the biggest question mark about Derek Stingley, the health, my goodness, it's rearing its ugly head. Fortunately, the Texans were able to tread water. They were able to put themselves in position to where they had a winner-go-home game in Week 18. And a big reason why they maintained that was because Derek Stingley was one of the best DBs in the league when he came back. He was the defensive player of the month when he came back. He was making play after play after play. And that was when it kind of became apparent, okay, this is the guy that they drafted, and this is the guy that you thought would be impacted by DeMeco. And that was really the turning point when he returned from missing 6 games in 2023. And then we go to top 5, and we wonder what's next. Last year, we saw Derek Stingley fully healthy for an entire season. Does that put to rest the concerns? Who knows? But the one thing we do know is that Derek Stingley is one of the best corners in the league, regardless of where you want to rank him, with Surtain and Sauce, Jalen Johnson, some of the other guys that come up. He's one of the best in the game. How much better does it get? He kind of rolled his eyes when I kind of hinted, like, how much better can you really play than you've played? He insists there's more. He's been one of the guys, when he got his contract this year, when he got the bag, he was lifting weights at the facility. And he's a guy, a few words, but he's very, very good at what he does. He's one of the better guys at his job, the best guy at his job when it comes to the Texans. So it's been an interesting 3 years with Derek Stingley. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like with Derek Stingley when things move forward. And he's only 24 years old. He's